Real estate is not passive income. Okay, let me just tell you, I've got a lot of questions about this. I've owned a lot of real estate in my life. We own a lot of real estate now. Real estate is not passive income. Real estate requires work. And if you're good at it, you can make a bunch of money. So I don't want to discourage anybody from investing in real estate. But I will tell you, if you think real estate is just to set it and forget it like a Ronco oven, that's not true. Let me tell you what is true. I'm going to give you the top 5 passive income investment funds. What that means is you put the money in, the investment pays you income, and there are no broken toilets, there are no roof leaks, there are no insurance policies to buy any real estate, there are no bad tenants, there are none of the things that we all encounter if we own real estate. So get your pencils, or make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking on the link in the caption below, follow us. But here's what I think are the top 5. Now I have to get my glasses at my advanced age, I need them to make sure that I get everything right. And I'll tell you my number 1 first. Okay, it's called JEPI, or JP Morgan cover call strategy, and it averages about a 9% yield. Now I will tell you, in my next video, we'll talk about the difference between yield and cap rate on real estate. A 9% yield is a very high payout. Let's be realistic. If you have $1 million to invest and you plunk it into this and it pays you $90,000 a year and you're lying on the beach in Barbados and you're not doing anything else, right? That is truly passive income. That's my number 1 pick. By the way, I will tell you when we look at this topic later that JEPI has only a moderate risk level. It's not nearly as high risk as real estate that has a 10% cap rate. So let's go to the second one. So my first choice is JEPI or JP Morgan, right? My second choice happens to be the iShares iBox ETF. It's called LQD. It has a 4.5% payout, right? So that's an ETF that pays you 4.5%. It's a bit less volatile than the JEPI, but it's a consistent income. So on that same $1 million, you get $45,000 a year, completely passive income. Working my way down to number 3, I have to say that the Vanguard VNG. Now that's a REIT. Now we run a family REIT. It's real estate investments all packaged together in a realty trust. And everybody says REITs, REITs, REITs. There are a lot of ways to get passive income. REITs are one of them. Also, MLPs, Master Limited Partnerships, are another one. And those are partnerships in things like Kinder Morgan that do pipelines for oil transfer and stuff like that. That's a Master Limited Partnership, okay? So you can invest in these things and get yourself 4 to 6% yield on them, right? So we worked our way down from 9%, 4.5% to about 4 to 6%. Now the last 2 are much more conservative. There's the Schwab ETF called SCHD. It pays about 4.5%, and that is an income-based, bond-based ETF. It's conservative, it's very conservative. It's not nearly as conservative as my last choice, which is the VIG, which is the Vanguard Dividend Income ETF, the VIG. The VIG is so conservative, it only pays about 2.5 to 3%. So working our way down on my top 5, if you want truly passive income, and you happen to have a chunk of money and you're kind of a conservative retiree and you don't want to go out and buy master limited partnerships and you don't want to do real estate that you have to manage yourself, there's nothing wrong with just taking money and putting it into a truly passive investment, which is these 5 that I just mentioned. And by the way, to get the list of my top 5 income producing investment products, you can email us or click on the link in the caption below. I'd be happy to send them to you. But you don't want to think of owning a piece of property, a 1, 2, 3 family with tenants as passive income, because that's not true. Real estate management is work, and you put in extra sweat equity to get not only the income, but the appreciation on the real estate. So understand the difference between passive income investing and investing in real estate is just part of the art of being smart.